Hello and welcome to another one of our tips videos. In this video we're going to be talking about Photopass, the Disney Photopass of course, and what we think and whether it's worth buying. Okay, so firstly we're going to start by explaining what the Photopass service actually is. Now those of you who are familiar with the My Disney Experience webpage and app, you can actually access all your photos that you have taken on park with an actual Photopass photographer. They're available on there for you to download if you have the package. So basically what happens as you're walking around the park, you find someone who's in normally a white uniform, isn't it? White Disney?
Yeah, like a white Disney, the little waistcoat, and the big giveaway is the massive camera.
Yeah, and of course a lot of them have the little white hats on as well.
Yeah.
so yeah, but all you have to do is simply just walk up to them, or sometimes there's a queue, depends on how popular the shot is, and just literally ask them to take your photo. And obviously if you have the package and you have a magic band, you just simply scan that after and your pictures will automatically appear on your Experience app. Obviously if you don't have any of that, you just scan your Disney entrance card, and that'll do the same.
You get photos also not just taken by the photographers, but if you go and do character meets, it works the same. Obviously it's still a person with a camera taking pictures, but obviously that's a physical character meet. And they also, some of the rides as well, if they take your photo on it, if you scan, at the end of the ride there's normally a little screens that all have your lovely screaming face, or pictures. You can just, there's normally a little circle where you can scan your magic bands, stroke entrance cards, and then that will load the pictures of your funny faces on the rides onto your Photopass package as well.
Yeah, so it's all available in one place on your app or on the website, under your own personal account of course, so you'll need to obviously log in and register on the My Disney Experience beforehand, so don't forget to do all that before you go anyway, for many reasons, not just with the Photopass. But yeah, we're basically going to be looking at, now you know what it is, whether it's worth actually buying. So at the time of recording it's actually priced at $199. But the big thing is, especially if you're like us UK, travelling into the USA, you actually buy the 7-day tickets or the 14-day tickets or the 21 I believe. It's normally included within the administration, within the price of that. That's where we think it's actually worth it, when it's included.
I don't know whether, if we literally were just going to Disney for a couple of days and we were buying a couple-day pass where the Photopass wasn't included, I don't think we would have spent the money on the Photopass as a package, spending $199 on it. It's a lovely feature, I just don't know if it's worth that much money. We didn't use it as often as we probably could have. I think if we had spent the money we probably would have used it more to make it worth it, but we were trying to enjoy everything else. And I think if you're like us and you're only there for a short amount of time, you want to be enjoying everything else, other than just having photos taken.
So, I mean, for us personally it was a case of we were just walking along, you know, we had a bit of time to spend between fast pass times.
Or show times. Yeah, and basically we thought, why not? There are some of you that literally love taking pictures. We know there's a lot of vloggers. Yeah, we might on future trips, but we don't know where the wind will take us.
A lot of vloggers that love the opportunity as well. If you're one of those, then yeah, I would consider it, you know, if you have to pay for it. If it's free, obviously I'd get it without question anyway. And it's the fact that it's free was great. We did actually benefit from it, like I say.
It's nice as a little memory keeper.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what it serves. That, you know, just just to sort of those things that you don't think to take pictures of, or sometimes you're not that good with the camera, you may think, but these are all professionals, so again you might want to use the opportunity of a professional photographer on site. So yeah, you might just be a casual user like that, who you definitely had advantage from those sort of features, from a professional photographer and whatnot. If you're not really bothered about that sort of thing, then yeah, if it's included, you might use it, you might not. If you don't, then it's no worries, is it? If it's included.
It's free, yeah.
If you have to pay for it, then you might not do it anyway, of course, but if you pay for it and then end up not using it, then you're losing out on quite a lot, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
So you've got to sort of consider your usage and the things you get out of it, i.e. the photographers, whether you want to capture your ride experience, whether you definitely, if you're a big character meet sort of person,
then
it's
without a doubt.
Then it's really that's when it comes into its own, isn't it? Really, I think
if we were to go back through our photos, looking at the photos we've got, we didn't queue up and get the little. I mean, we got the castle in the Magic Kingdom. We got the front entrance pictures. We got a picture in front of Beauty's. No, not Beauty. Yeah, Beauty and the Beast the castle that's in the Beauty and the Beast that you can see in the distance.
That was it, yes.
And things like that. But if we were to go back through our photos, the main photos that we had taken were the character meets, and I don't think if we had spent the money, it was enough. Like looking back at our photos, we didn't take enough if we had spent around about $200 on it. But yeah, I mean, I liked the fact that if you were on a ride and it took a picture of you, that it came free, because a lot of theme parks that you go to, other theme parks that you go to, and you want those pictures, you have to pay quite a lot of money for a single picture. Whereas that's the good thing about the Photopass, is that if you just scan your band or your card, it comes in with all the photos if you've got the Photopass package. All in one place. And those little things, I love looking back at those photos because I just think they're hilarious, especially if you're not expecting your photo to be taken and you're mid-scream. I was on a ride, I went on Thunder, no it wasn't, I went on Expedition Everest, and I went through the single rider, and I managed to go on with a family, and they were hilarious because they've obviously been on it several times. If you were on the ride with me and you're watching this, say hi, because it's hilarious. But they planned exactly what they were going to do at the point of taking their picture, and I have that as my memory now forever. And it was the young boy and the dad were in the front two seats, and they were doing this at the exact point of going through, and that was hilarious. And for me, I will always remember that because of that Photopass picture that was taken, and obviously they knew what they were doing, and they knew that they were going to take that photo home themselves as well, so that's why they did it. So if I had to buy that as a picture without the Photopass, I probably wouldn't have bought it, and I would have forgotten about that. But that was another advantage to having the Photopass, is that I've always got that picture now to look back on.
I mean, Disney themselves call it Memory Maker, don't they?
Oh yeah.
And
Memory
obviously
maker.
That's what Disney is all about, isn't it? Memory makers. For us, like with a child, that's what we're working on. We're building her memories. But it works the same whether you're just a couple or even single. It's a case of making those memories at Disney, and that's what it serves as. We of course do the vlogs. That's our memory makers as such. But some of you, you don't want to sort of waste your time behind a camera. You just want to enjoy it firsthand, and they're there for that.
Yeah.
So
that's what they're paid to do.
So ultimately, it depends what sort of Disney fanatic you are. Are you someone who just wants to enjoy the parks, who's not really bothered about that? Then I probably wouldn't. Those who enjoy the character meets or the ride memories, then yeah, I definitely consider it.
And I think different photographers take different versions of pictures. So if you're there more than one day and you're the type who likes taking pictures, it's good to just keep taking. If you're quite happy to use your time having those pictures taken, and you've spent the money and you want to use it, go back to the same places. again on a different day, because if you've got a different photographer, they're likely to take a different version of a picture, and you'll see the background in a different way, or some I mean, we didn't have that experience, but some photographers add little effects. I mean, we didn't have that, and I'm quite disappointed that it wasn't something, unless maybe we were meant to ask for it and we didn't know. Let us know down below if that's something that the little features like where you put your hand up and Tinkerbell sat on your hand. Let us know down below if that's something you have to ask for us to know about next time, or for anyone in the future. But yeah, little features that I've seen other people's pictures, and they've got those little added sprinkles and added little bits and effects, and that's, if you've got those and you're using those, then again that makes it worth spending the money, because it makes the pictures that little bit more magical.
Now, that kind of leads me into our next bit, but I just want to say that if you've got the My Disney Experience app on your phone, it's really good, because once you've taken the photos on there, they're normally within seconds, they're on your app, and you can have a look yourself, see if you think they're any good. You know, if you like them, fine. If not, then you might be able to go back in and do something different. Which brings me on to the next part of our review, is about the quality of service that you receive from it. Now, obviously, every photographer is a human being, so they have their own little takes on what they do with their photos. Some, I regret to say, are less enthusiastic about their work than others.
It's so painful to say that.
Yeah, especially about Disney. We love everything Disney, don't get us wrong, but that's how we found it, unfortunately, and this is a review, so we're being honest. Some of them you were a little bit blurred on some shots, but then, to be fair, that's why they do several shots, isn't it? So you can get the right one. They normally take more than one. But some of them, they just didn't quite get the scene right, or they just, they just wanted to get you in, get you back out again, But then on the flip side, you had some that really gave it their all. They were getting you to do poses. You didn't have to ask for it. That's what they wanted to do, and you went along with it because it was great.
It's fun,
they're doing poses, and that's where they put the little, like Kate said, Tinkerbell, or Halloween. They put on a monster standing behind you or something like that. So again, that's what makes a difference, whether it's worth it or not.
Funnily enough, I think we found the ones that were less enthusiastic were the ones that had no cues. And then the ones that were more enthusiastic and liked asking you to do certain poses or do certain things, or maybe the ones that would add the little sprinkles to your photo. We're going to go with sprinkles. They were the ones that had the bigger cue. So I think that might show you what kind of a photographer they are, as to whether they've got a cue or not.
Maybe it's because they're like somewhere outside, say, a toilet block, and the others are outside the castle. Not really.
Yes, I'd like a photo of me stood in front of the toilet block. Thank you.
That would be a pretty boring day, wouldn't it, if you were taking photos outside
this
the toilet block.
This is the toilet near the entrance.
No, but in all seriousness, obviously you've got the different levels of enthusiasm to consider. But like I said, if it's not to your liking, then you can go back maybe on a different day when you've got different photographers to there or something. So yeah, it's just a really, you've got to sort of think about what you want out of it. If you're paying the $199, then yeah, put some thought into it. What sort of things you want to achieve, what level of service, what you're wanting out of your Disney experience. Those who have it as free as part of a ticket purchase, entrance purchase, then yeah, it's definitely a no-brainer. Get that and use it. It does help. Especially if it's free, then why not?
If you're buying it, make sure you use it.
It's also, if it's something you're thinking of, I wouldn't mind that. When you're buying your tickets, see if they're included.
Yeah.
It's probably an element of whether it's a good ticket for you or not. So that's another thing to consider. I
mean, we're not sponsored by them or anything, but we bought our tickets through
attraction
tickets, and it's something back in 2012 when we went the first time, Photopass, we didn't use them.
No.
We did a really bad thing and bought them over there, and we regret that massively. But I'm pretty sure every time I've looked, before we bought them for this trip, that it was always an option. The memory maker was always an option as a free part of your tickets.
And it's actually a Disney thing, isn't it, to offer
I
that?
think
So it's not just attraction tickets direct. It is other ticket vendors.
I think they offer it mainly when you buy 7 to 14 plus day tickets. They add it in because I suppose they're getting their money back.
Makes it worth it, yeah.
And it makes it worth it because if you're there for more days, you're probably more likely to use it.
So yeah, definitely something to consider with your tickets. And like I said, if you're having to pay for it, if you're just buying the ticket on the day or something, if you live around there or whatever, then it's something to consider of what you'll get out of it.
Yeah. Think long and hard before you make the purchase.
But for us, who it was included for, I would say, is it fair to say that we probably wouldn't have bought it if you had to pay for it?
We wouldn't have bought it, but because it was there as a freebie, we used it.
We used it. We were kind of glad of it. We were a little bit disappointed with some, but we were more than happy with the others.
Yes.
And like for the character meets, which we did a lot of, those who watch our vlogs, it was definitely it made it, and we've downloaded them all.
That's the other good thing, is because they're on your My Disney Experience app, you can just download them straight onto your phone. Or
off the website.
Or off of the website onto your computer. I'd recommend that you actually download them and save them as soon as you get home, so it's something that you don't forget about. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh no, where's all my photos gone? Especially if you've spent the money on it. And then, you forget to download them and then they're gone. And then it was definitely a waste of money.
And the other beauty of it is they're unlimited downloads. So I downloaded them all onto my phone, and then I went back in and downloaded them on the computer. I think my phone wouldn't download the same one twice. Why would you want to anyway? Because it said you've already got it. But I was sort of a bit worried then, like, oh no, well, I want to download it on my computer as well. But I could. And also you could on yours. When you set up your My Disney Experience, you add a guest who's part of your party. So who else has the ticket purchase? So that, for example, if I scan my Magic Band or Park Pass, they would come on Katie's as well, and vice versa.
Yeah.
So everyone in your party, as long as you've registered them as part of your party when you're registering your My Disney Experience app or on the website, will get the same photos. So you don't have to worry about who's scanning what.
Yeah.
Right, so like we always say, if you have any tips to add on this, then please obviously drop them in the comments below. Or if there's anything else that you want us to talk about Disney, then do drop us a comment and we'll do our best to answer your questions.
And if you've got any opinions or reviews yourself on Photopasses and would like to put your opinion and review across, always welcome. Pop it down in the comments below for other people to read. And we like to hear it as well, because sometimes you can help change somebody's opinion if you put a good argument across.
So thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye bye.